4, 3, live.
Farts. Old farts. Two old farts. Steve and Dave. Sometimes you find a diamond in the rough. Not this time, though. This is just rough. Two old farts. There is no better waste of time. Two guys. Two old guys. A lot of BS and more drivel than you can shake a stick at. Steve and Dave. God help us.
I love that beginning. That is awesome. So,
Yeah,
it's true.
yeah.
We contribute nothing to society. Yay!
Yeah.
So now today we have a very special guest. Sir Corne, I pronounce his name, I'm sure wrong, but David, you
Yeah.
can pronounce it the
Corne-
proper Dutch way.
Corne Akkers.
It's Corne.
So-
It's not, well, for you Anglo-Saxons, it's probably corny. So
No, I cook with corning. So
and
that's
that,
Only
different.
that
Stevens-
rhymes to
only
something that you
Stevens
can't
jokes.
pronounce on YouTube anymore. So
Yeah, only Stephen's
but-
jokes are corny. So yeah.
Wow,
there you go.
that is
Corny.
really. I see the love.
everything rhymes on an A in Dutch. So I spent my my youth a little bit more with some sorrows and but no, it's Corne, and many Americans and people abroad cannot find the accent on the E. So basically, on many websites, I just skip it because it's
Right.
superfluous.
Gotcha.
But it's Corne. So
Corne, okay. So I
Get
tried
that
to
out
get
of
it
the way.
right with the accent du foie. And,
Right, yeah.
And most Americans don't know what that is, but I actually do, so
Yeah.
I should be able to pronounce it better, but I don't. I apologize.
Angst,
Yeah.
We've had
It's
we've had you on many
unfortunate, Corne. It's unfortunate, Corne, that Stephen still can't get your name right, because you were one of our very first guests.
Yeah.
And yesterday,
Grey hair. So
yeah. Well, I've aged since I've been on this, I'll tell you. But
Oh, yeah, I bet.
exactly a year ago yesterday, we started.
Yeah,
really,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think
been
you
1
were
year.
guest number 2, I think, or guest number 3.
3 or 4. Yeah, he was in the top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Right.
now,
So-
and here we are. And when we did the show with you back in the day, we had like 20 subscribers. Now we have 21 or 22,000. So
Okay, so I'd better behave today then.
yeah, you don't have to behave.
No,
What do we
no,
care?
it's
YouTube.
What we're
lot of-
talking about. We're talking
Yeah.
about censorship right now,
Yes.
and I can explain, walk you through it during this evening, during this afternoon. So we'll be able to, be presenting a plausible interview on YouTube. In as much as we will not be censored today, but
We will not. But we talked about censorship because you used to, when we weren't getting censored, be able to, you would send me art and we would post it as a short, literally
Every day.
every day. And they did well. You had one short that went to 55,000 views on our
We still
channel.
got it.
was
Still
awesome.
got it.
We're
Still
still
the
up there. Still the
number
number
one.
one. Still the number one short.
Yeah.
And it was very cool. And then you gave me another woman that wasn't clothed, and we put it up. And YouTube said, "Bad boys." I guess they changed their policy, so we got a
Yeah.
warning on our site. And we're like, "Well, that sucks." And I said, "Dude, I can't post this." And he sent me, and I didn't know that because he had sent me 3 or 4. And like within a minute of us posting it, we got a warning. I was like, "Wow." So we were just talking before we came on air that YouTube has changed their policy. So it doesn't even matter if we put 18 plus. It's just that you can't even show, if you will, like a nude woman in art form.
You have to check because I post nudes, but
Right.
you have to select the 80 plus, and it works for me. But
Okay.
the not so funny part is that it also shows this age restriction on my website because
Right.
I embed this video, so it's worthless. So the last month I made a couple of Louise's Brooks and celebrity stars, and they will show, of course. But our last interview was about the work in progress on this very elaborate nude, which I'm just about to show. Now she's in a worse state now because she has this sticker
I
on.
was gonna say she has pasties all over her, right, to make sure that we don't get in
Right,
trouble with
and I
YouTube.
will show you. Can I reverse the camera? You know
Yes,
how
of
this
course.
works.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
I don't think you can't
Corne,
reverse it in StreamYard. You just have to turn the laptop
yeah, you have
around.
to turn around.
Oh,
Corne,
right, okay.
There you go.
Are you
I will
still
show
having?
it to you. I'll show it to you. This is now what your viewers will see now.
Censored. That's
Yeah,
awesome. I love
censored.
it. Hold on, let me get a
Ready?
close
Yeah.
up of this because I think
So,
everybody needs to see.
Yeah.
There you go. That's funny.
Yeah.
censored.
That is
I
funny.
will just zoom out then.
Yeah.
You know, you see,
So
it's and I'll show and move you around because I'm,
Oh my God.
censored too
That's
here.
awesome.
My God, my latest work, and it's just
That is awesome.
we aren't words, also censored. You know,
Yep.
even Frida is,
Oh, how
not
can we
looking
censor
happy
her?
nowadays. It's
Yeah.
censored.
yeah.
So
Yep.
I just, I prepared myself for this interview. So you see,
I see that.
it's
So we can actually look at your art and enjoy it.
Yeah.
All but censored though.
right.
And
That's
what
too
about
funny.
all your holiday films of going to Rome and doing and filming all those classic statues and stuff? Are they all have to be censored as well?
I think so. From a point of view, like your famous governor from Florida. If it,
Oh, Ron
it was,
DeSantis,
was,
sure.
it was for him. You know this guy, and he censored a class in high school. I thought, they were teaching about Michelangelo's David. And they just they took care of the head of the school. She had to go away because you have to get fired because this
Yep.
guy was preventing you from harmful influences and made by art. So,
But he's also getting rid of
world.
books. He's also getting rid of books because he doesn't want people to learn. But that's another story. But yeah, the guy was talking about Michelangelo, and he brought in a catalog of Michelangelo's work, and apparently showed it to the kids. And I want to say they were high school. I don't think they were like grade school or middle school. They were high school.
Okay, sure. Oh,
They're high school. So I think they were like, we'll say somewhere between 15 and we'll say 18.
Oh, so they
And I
they
guess-
may well have seen the odd naked body before. Then that's what you're trying.
I'm sure they have. And then but he got fired for it, and everyone's like, are you kidding? So basically what is bothering me about the censorship, whether it's on YouTube or TikTok or any of the other channels or even in schools, how are kids supposed to learn about art? Like, how am are you, so what now, like, I know you did the censor thing as a joke, but now if I take my kid to the Met or the Lou, and are they going to put censors up over the female private parts or even Michelangelo's, what I'm talking about? So so is that what we're going to do now? We've become that Puritan all of a sudden that we don't want, who cares? It's a naked body. It's a work of art. I mean, if you go back to the 16th century, everything was Rubenesque. It was a bunch of fat chicks being painted. So I don't get it.
No, and to be honest, in the Middle Ages, people were not so prunes as nowadays. It's gotten deteriorated just in time, over time, and it's now it's the lowest point in history, from point of nudity, and young people grow up, seeing genitals only in the pets rather than real people, and and I was just appalled by the fact that when I was censored for the first time on YouTube, you get these notifications, 90 days you will be warned, and you cannot post for another week, and then it gets even worse after the second notification. But they and I browsed through my regular YouTube movies that I channels that I follow, and I just was very shocked by the fact that I come to see all these ads of video games where people shoot each other. That's about that you can broadcast, but not just an artistic nude. It's now I can't get my head around it. So
I think I have to congratulate you, Corne, on being a dissident artist. I mean, that you know.
well,
We've been down this road before, have we not? In the 1930s.
Right. Well,
So,
you're only a true artist when you have been in jail or be censored. So that's true as well.
You've been persecuted. This is perfect. You're being persecuted, and you know,
Right.
and I think what's really funny though is the people that are complaining. If they would have
are people
parented their
complaining?
children, I don't know if it's people complaining or they're afraid of lawsuits or whatever, but it would seem to me that
is it just an algorithm? That's what disturbs me more than anything. It's just
because it says we got an email the other day for our channel on something, and it said after a manual review, not an algorithm, it said a manual. Someone actually
Manual
looked
review.
at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm assuming they're telling the truth, probably not. And they're like, you can't do that. We're like, oh, okay. So with all the videos going up there, I'm flattered, first of all, that somebody can manually review our video. Second of all, but it would seem to me that I think for Corne and the art that we were showing, it's got to be algorithms. It's got to be an algorithm that says this doesn't look right, or this isn't some AI that goes, that's not right. But but that's the world though, right? If I go to, like I said, once again, if I go to a museum, and especially if I go to, even the Vatican, or you go to the Louvre, or you go to any of these places that have got the naked guys, naked women, the Venus. I mean, it goes on and on. So you can't censor the planet. And I don't understand what they're like.
Yeah.
What are we trying to do? Like, we're going to pull down all the statues now?
Well, there are all sorts of anomalies in this as well. Because if we go in, like in UK law, for instance, it says, an erect penis is pornography, but a penis just on its own is art.
Right.
Now,
So one is half erect then. So why you're
yeah, exactly. So somebody has had to, drawn that line, and with whatever sort of moral compass they had at that point. But
right. The thing is that when you are manually selected, and reviewed, perhaps you be dependent on someone from India who is not so, has different opinions about nudity, or a person from the Midwest, and let's say somebody will review you, from the East Coast. We're different, so it's not very. And this is actually true when Google. You also can. Post on Google business, and sometimes I just protested and put it up for review, and then it was suddenly all of a sudden was just granted, and this means that the manual selection and the approval can be influenced as well, and so, which is a bad thing, but the algorithm as such. Of course, there are people behind it, and they should adjust the algorithm and just be able to see what is art or not. Because my art is cubist art, or just something that looks like an Alma Tadema, which was 100 years ago, just in fashion. Nobody was saying ugly things or ugly words about it. So nowadays, I can't show it to you anymore, which is a bribe.
But that would involve somebody actually having to know something, then, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
as opposed to just saying, "Oh, it's got tits and it's got bums, so therefore it's let's censor it."
Yeah, well, it's
the common denominator. Oh, and the fact that, of course, you're Dutch as well, so because you know how liberal all the Dutch are, so you've got it's all stacking up against you, mate.
Then again, I used to 10 years ago. Used to do a lot of giving workshops, model classes, and for purity reasons, people just only visit those portrait workshops and not the nudity anymore. So the model classes are skipped because people tend to they don't like it anymore because of the nudity involved. They have to watch a nude body for 2.5 hours at one stretch.
Yeah, but when you're doing that, did you have to physically drag the models in to do to be a nude model, or you say
no, the nude
would you like?
models will they will present themselves, and I work with nude models all the time. But the
Yeah.
people who
So, but it's their
students.
choice. Then you're not soliciting them. It's people that have made themselves available for you to paint. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, well, I have lots of people who want to present themselves, as a model. And in fact, I'm drawing right now from somebody from the States, a guy who offered his wife just to be drawn by me, which is a great thing. But
Yeah.
but especially elderly
Congratulations on that.
students, when you do a workshop, no, it's not a very difficult thing to get a model, but to get students, mostly people between 30 and 80, this has proved to be become a little bit more difficult than 10 years ago. So purity is also kicking in here in Holland. There are groups still in Amsterdam, Rotterdam, fashionable cities where very young people still do that. But also people who are already artists or designers. You have a couple of groups in Rotterdam, which is very straightforward. Nude couples, for example, a pregnant woman. Many people will draw these. Many people will visit these workshops. But there's kind of just walk-in workshops. But when where I teach here in Voorburg, which is part of The Hague, many classy mid-class people just have been become a little bit more prunes as well nowadays. And this is not
you've
only
been following
thing in
debate,
America, but also in Europe here. Yeah.
Yeah, Corne, you've probably been following the debate as well in Holland about, when I came here in the 1980s, it would be strange if people were wearing women were wearing a bikini top.
Yeah,
because
right.
everybody, and it was like everywhere. And the discussion, I was watching that a couple of 3 weeks ago, and we were sitting there going, they were asking people, "Oh, would you go topless on the beach?" "Oh no, I wouldn't do that." "Oh no, no." I mean, but how long? 20 years ago, nobody cared.
Yeah, in shower rooms,
still don't.
Football games, when people sport and then take a shower together. Adult men who shower together, they shower with their with the boxer shorts on. So that's strange, It's unlike everything I experienced in the 70s and 80s, like David said.
Yeah. It's the pussification of the planet. I'm sorry.
Right.
We've just become a bunch of pussies because back in the day, nobody cared. It was sort of literally like there's a naked woman, there's a naked man, nobody cares. But we've made it into such now, and you can't even enjoy like going to a museum. But we're teaching our kids, it's the human body. Who cares? You know what I mean? As long as they're not like doing the horizontal bop in front of you, like on a park bench, you should be okay with it. But the fact that the whole world now is so uptight is just crazy to me.
Yeah, so. It's prudity or porn. There's nothing in between. And well, this is where I stand, and where my work is still relevant. Maybe it's getting relevant all the time, even more than it used to be 10 years ago. So I just, I had a mild artistic crisis back in December, and I asked myself, should I continue, doing the things, drawing and painting the things that I do right now, just like nudes and, change that with landscapes once in a while. But I just thought, it's still relevant because I still have a task to fulfill. And to show to people, it's nothing filthy, You can enjoy my paintings and drawings and be able to be aroused by just sheer geometry rather than, nude. And I don't have anything explicit on my website because that is just porn or, just to to be able, to get erotic, but that's not my cup of tea. And so there's still my ambitions to do more, and maybe have some more struggles in the future with YouTube or any other channel. But I'm up
Yeah,
for it.
I think we're all going to be struggling because some of the content that, we have 18 shows now on our channel. And I'm assuming some of the content that they talk about, like on yesterday's show, is a little probably for most of the planet risque, but for the other half of the planet, they're like, oh, it's great, whatever, it's dialogue. So
Yeah.
I if we keep going down this path, we can only do like little Mickey and Minnie Mouse movies. That's it. That's all we'll be able to talk about.
Pets, there are lots of Facebook groups, focused on art.
Right.
And many flocked by a lot of Muslims and Hindus. Just allow only to be displayed on kids like pets and beautiful children and roses. That's just kids. It's not art, but people. There are a lot of movements. In this direction. I don't like it. This is something
Are you still posting on Facebook, Corne? Have you had issues there? I occasionally see
well,
the odd.
I'm less dependent on Facebook nowadays than I used to do. This is a good thing because I see that Facebook has become the medium for people who post photos of the coffee on a terrace, just like my family, for the elderly people to be in contact with some aunties or sisters and what have you. It's not as relevant as it used to be in even 5 years ago. And also these Facebook groups, they have lesser members than they used to. So, and I keep track with all the Facebook viewers on my website, and I see that they have become less, whereas the direct viewers on my website have become more. So that's a good thing because I'm not dependent anymore on Facebook that much. And except for that, there are a couple of other websites as well, like Mastodon and Vimeo, which is also another YouTube channel, YouTube-like channel that I'm posting on, and TikTok. But basically, that's also not for nudity as well. But there are more social media which are more focused on art, like Elo. So this is what I planning to do, to not to say goodbye to Facebook, but to post less and focus on other websites as well.
Yeah. But it's unfortunate, isn't it? Because it's almost as if you're preaching now to the converted. I would never have found you. I would never have known where I could have seen your art other than when I first saw it on Facebook, like 2 or 3 years ago, which blew me away then when I saw it, as you know, because we've been in contact for a number of years. And and everybody I show it to, they just went, wow. And that was all from that original Facebook.
Right.
So it's unfortunate, it's unfortunate that people like yourself can't express themselves, across, any platform really as an artist. I mean, if you're a pornographer, that's different. You said that everybody knows that. But you're not.
I think things change all the time, don't they? So Facebook and Pinterest, they shift to a different kind of public. They move from people who were just early adapters to family guys, and women who post very mid-class things, so to speak, day out, and which is just how it goes, because we'll be replaced by different things as well. Like I said, platforms focus more on art, but it's not. All these platforms, of course, are not so very generic as Facebook, of course. But I won't say goodbye to it. But I will be posting. Focus all my attention also to on other things as well.
Yeah.
So this is this is how it goes, and also Instagram will be my focus as well, rather than Facebook. Even though I don't like the direction Instagram is moving, because there are a lot of influencers and ads related kind of movies, not and I feel that the attention for real artists is not as much as I should want, but let's see where it heads to. But
Instagram is literally, you need a 30-second to a 3-minute short, and that's what people want to watch.
Yeah,
and they want to watch it with the
keep on swiping just like this.
Right,
And,
they want to watch it with the music and whatever. Because when we put stuff on Instagram, depending on what we put, so people that follow us on Instagram know that our stuff's all interviews. So the people that watch it actually watch it, right? They realize you're going to have to spend a minute to 5 minutes and watch what we post.
Right.
But if someone just finds us, like a friend of mine said that showed our stuff to a friend of his friend's scrolling really quick, and he goes, "How are you understanding?" It was, "Oh, I have to listen to it." It's like, yeah, there's not music, they're not dancing. He says they actually talk to people. He's like, oh, so the followers on Instagram that we have realize that to watch us, you have to watch us. Like, we're not like a 30-second cutesy thing. So Instagram's interesting, but you're right. There's lots of ads, lots of this, lots of that.
What I find totally ironic about Facebook then is that if it is people of an age, family people, right? If they're family people, they may well have seen genitalia. They may well have seen the odd tit or bum somewhere on.
Many people like to wear the curtains, of course. So and lay your towel under. So
there you go. They do when they get out of the shower, they put those little censor signs that Connie showed earlier on their bodies, and they walk around.
So it's
or just stand out of bed, like in an American movie, and have a top on just right away.
Yeah.
And of course have the proverbial cigarette. Well, they don't do that anymore now.
Yeah, right.
They'd have the cigarettes.
Cigar.
It's cigars now.
Well,
just to show.
Here's the good thing: if they censor Kanye so much, at least I have his work right there, so I can just enjoy it. So I'm good. So.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm good.
It's for you and other people that I draw and that I live. So there will be people who, and maybe just maybe this censorship is a good thing as well, because look at the Arabic world, where you only see people get aroused by an ankle because you can't show anything else. So if I were to to post something with a sticker censorship, and don't look here underneath, because it's, but you can want to, if you were really up for it, you can see it on my website. Maybe that's a good thing as well,
well, like I say, you're officially a dissident now, so
yeah, well, but for the time being, I can post only the normal stuff, so to speak, the stars and the landscape. So I will continue doing so.
I was going to ask you about that, because I saw some of it was animated. Have you been animating it? It looks like
really, yeah. Well, you have to.
Are you? Have you jumped into bed with the AI devil? That's what I'm trying to ask you.
Not really. There is this app, My Heritage. You know this, right? Where you can find your ancestors, and I have that on. I've made my pedigree, and this is a kind of Israeli-based company, and they have an app within your software where you allow you to animate your ancestor, which is great, and also beef up your pictures, because many pictures are crumble away with over 150 years. All these great grandparents that you can retouch and also animate. And I discovered just when I loaded up some celebrity stars, not all of them, but if the quality of the faces are just not just enough to just detect a face in it, they animate it. So I've done that with a couple of stars, and I've many more that are animated. Which I post, and they do a great job. And it's just another method of bringing a couple of old ones to the attention of new viewers. And it's a kind of joke, really, because it takes the it makes it a little bit less serious, this art, and make it a kind of almost a kind of funny, and I like that, so I will post a couple of more in the.
But are you dancing
Hey, those
with
we
the
can
devil?
probably those we can put on our channel. We can probably put those on our channel for you. Those we can do. We won't get censored.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. I will send them up because they are not a lot of megabytes. So I think I'll be able to send them over through the regular WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. But I'm just like I said, Corne, are you dancing with the devil now? Because it's AI. Come on.
I know.
It's gonna eat your lunch. You know that, don't you?
No, not really. I wrote an article about it in our art statement a couple of months back, in which I concluded that AI is just like your search engine. It middles out all information and brews it into a kind of Heineken, or Budweiser. It flattens out all exciting stuff and makes it bland. And art.
Other bland beers are available. Huh?
Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of Heineken or Budweiser. Yeah. Just give me a regular Belgian beer, which is more have a more snappy taste to it.
That's your beer sponsorship gone out the window now. So
yeah, well, but AI won't replace traditional art because AI don't have taste. So AI cannot replace taste or opinion of an artist, of course, because AI just put all information on a pile and just flatten this out and present it as a new thing. So, and animating faces is just a tool. And if you and this is the thing that I tested out, when you have ChatGPT and you have DALL-E, which animates or composes pictures of of art, but it's all the same bland stuff, So a couple of months back, I asked DALL-E, which is the Pictionary variation of ChatGPT. I asked it just animate or create a cubistic painting of a nude, of a cat and a window in the style of Van Léger, Georges Braque, Picasso, and Corne Akkers, and they all looked the same. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
Yeah, your stuff is unique.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, either that, or the world has finally woken up that you are as equally as talented as Picasso. That's the other thing.
And Dolly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Maybe.
It's a sort of inverted compliment.
Right. A compliment.
The nice thing is that hopefully you'll get these compliments while you're alive, not when you die. And I say that
he'd be worth a lot more when he's dead. He knows that.
I know, but I need him then either to die really soon because we have his art, or I need him to become really famous tomorrow. So either way works for me. But no, I love your stuff, and so we're very thankful a year ago when you came on, that when we had all 20 subscribers, and you've done a couple interviews throughout the year. So we always love when you're here. But when you and I were talking about censorship, I was like, oh no, we have to do it, Joe, because I was like, this is just crazy because you can't put anything up.
Right.
So
Yeah. Well, we'll continue with other stuff and maybe find some other mediums and websites where we also can launch the 2 old farts on, maybe on Vimeo, for example, which allows artistic nudity, which is great.
Oh wow!
So we should check out a couple of more, and then
I have a feeling. I have a feeling we're expanding. I have a feeling because David talked to me once about going on Rumble, which sounded like we were going to get into a fight. I looked at Rumble. Rumble was interesting. Vimeo, I think, is interesting, but I don't know if we'll get people that would watch us there because YouTube still seems to be the bulk of it. But then again, who knows? Maybe we'll branch out to a whole bunch of different places and see who loves us.
Well, maybe that's the word. Just branch out and show things, nudity-wise, and other topics will be shown by YouTube, on different other channels, and that will be a great thing.
Yeah, and why not?
What?
I said, why not? Can't hurt.
Yeah, well,
right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
we'll pick up another couple million fans, and that's the way.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah. So let's grow our fan base here, just on this regular channel on
there
YouTube.
You go.
And
we'll go from there. My friend, it's always a pleasure to see you. Now, you have any upcoming shows you want to promote that people can come see you if they're happen to be across the pond or in the pond?
Not really. My work is on display in Mix Art Gallery in Emmen, which is until the 28th of August this month. But I don't think that Americans feel inclined to take the plane swiftly, because it's even for people here, it's a back alley somewhere in the north of Netherlands. But anyway, that's my only exhibition for this year, and I will be planning an exhibition in Oostende, which is Belgium, next year. But that's just something I have to work out with the.
So we'll do a call out to all the galleries in the US. Corne's got loads of space for the rest of the year. So
all right,
contact him and let's get your work to the US.
And you will be my agent, so you can check out.
Well, Stephen will be because he's better.
If anybody wants to get a hold of Connie and you don't know how to, reach out to us here at 2 Old Farts, and we will put you in touch. And I can tell you we had pieces of his, and my wife actually saw one of the pieces that we actually posted on our YouTube. And then we put it up onto LinkedIn into the art group we were in, just to say, hey, look at this great piece. And she's like, it's beautiful, it's magnificent. So we bought it as a birthday gift for her, and she loved it. And she's like, and she hung it here in the office / studio. So when you first walk in, it's one of the first pieces that hits you in the face. And she thinks that's great. So it's like, boom.
Yeah.
So
it worked out very well.
This is what I always hear. I'll enter your house through women who like the artwork. So that's
And then I like all your stuff, but I was like, oh, it's nice. I don't know if my wife. And when she said she loved it, I was like, oh, done. That is beautiful, and I can see the reflection in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I look at it all the time, but I look at anything I buy all the time because I'm just I think it's beautiful.
Stephen, just maybe I will be elaborating this in oil this year.
Wow. Nice.
I'll keep you posted. Yeah.
Please do. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So, and we can have them side by side. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, Stephen will look forward to be covered in oil, I think.
Well, no, that's another show we do with the Asian girls. So, where I'm covered in oil.
I'm just trying to get this interview banned. That's all.
It won't get banned, trust me. You had the censored stickers all over. Connie, thank you so much. Everybody, don't forget to subscribe and like. You can see our shorts also on our playlist. Connie has a playlist with all 150 plus of his shorts that he sent us over the year. So you can see all his art, and we'll actually put the playlist right up here so you can click a button and see it as well. So once again, stick around after the interview. Everybody, thank you so much. Subscribe and like. David, feel
Okay.
free to take us home.
Okay.
Ja,
Thanks for having me.
Like just say,
Thank you, my
thank
friend.
you. Corne, ja, net zoals altijd, enorm veel plezier.
Oké, dankjewel.
Oké,
Ja, oké.
Cheers.
doei.
Yes, bye.